Hey there, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. In today's video, I'm showing you the how-to on the paper towel roll journal covers from Monday's video. And stay tuned for a few different spine options. I did this journal with the neat expandable spine. And then I also have another journal that has just a V spine. And both of them have interlocking systems. This one only has the two pieces of roll, but that one has three. And I'd like to show you how I did those. I have 7 pages here, or papers. The actual roll starts out like this, and then you have this. When you flatten it, you can flatten it in your die cut machine is the best option. I've had some people say that they use books and flatten them that way. And then you have other people who don't have either of those options. And I'm thinking if you had a couple of boards and put this between them and ran over it with your car, that would flatten them. Okay. So each one of these is usually 2 and 5/8. It depends on the type of paper towels you use, and if you don't have all of the same brand all the time, you're going to want to make sure they're about the same width. And these all seem to be. So we're safe there. I've cut all of them off at 9 inches. That's the usual size journal covers that I always do. And this little extra piece that comes off, you can save that and make you can decorate it up. You can put cluster designs and stuff on there. You can glue it at the bottom and put it in the corner of one of your journal pages. It would make a right nice little pocket with a decoration on the front of it. All right, we need 7 of these. There's going to be 3 for the front, 3 for the back, and 1 is going to be your spine. And the papers that you want to cut, and this one's weird because it's going to be the spine, and I ran out of that type of paper. So you're going to have 7 of these pieces that are 3 1/4 by 9. I'm gonna have all these I'm gonna have all these dimensions in the description box below, because I get kind of nervous and stuff, so I may be giving you the wrong numbers sometimes, or I'll leave stuff out. So anyhow, if you have these, you have 3 of them on a 12 by 12, or you can get 4 in if you have no pattern and you want to use this bottom piece like that. And that would help you figure out if you have enough papers. You can make all of these with the same design. Now usually I'll make, like with that other journal, I have 2 different ones on the sides and 1 different in the middle. But this one I'm going to make all of this red one on the outside. I thought that would be a prettier design. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you how to do one. And what I do is I'll take this part and glue it down. Or actually, I take this part and glue this down. And you just go cover this glue. I don't know if I would use glue stick. You may be able to use Mod Podge or something, because it's sort of like doing mixed media, because this is a really strong board. I guess it's considered chipboard. I'm not sure. But it doesn't exactly suck in the glue, so you don't have to worry about that. But all you do is you're putting and you're going to have a little bit of either one or the other is not the right size. You have to have a little bit of trim now and then. And all you do is you rub it down like that. And then I'm going to go in here on the side and work my sides in, because then you've got to glue them around. And you put your little bit of glue on there. If I can run my glue straight. Okay, and then you just pull that around and pull and hold. And get that on there. Ooh. I come up with this idea the other year, and I did that first little journal I showed you with the fall theme, and that and the other one I made are like a single signature. I think that's about all you can do with them, although the one expands and it could be a fat signature. But I did come up with another option that I can show you that would give you a multi-signature journal to try. Now these paper towel things are pretty sturdy. So what you got to do next, get you a good pair of scissors, and you're going to cut. And we're cutting about, I give it like 3/8, between a quarter and a half. And you're cutting that piece out. When you get to that part where it's kind of overlapped on the towel, those are kind of a little tricky to get across. So that's why you need some good scissors. Some that you might be cutting crafts and things with. This, I don't know. I haven't figured out what to use that for yet. But anyhow, the next part is where you would come in. After you do all of those, you're going to come in and you're going to put this paper on the inside. And my rule of thumb is I usually will do the same color on the inside and the outside. Let me make sure I get my things going in the right direction. Yes, that's the right direction. So I'm going to do this one on the inside. Get that ready. I hope everybody is doing well today, and they've had a chance or are going to get a chance to get to crafting soon. And I would so love to hear if anybody is going to try this crazy thing that I've figured out here. I did do some research to see if anybody else had done any paper towel roll covers. And no, I saw something where they'd made these little mini albums that are hung on one like big giant ring, and that was as close as I saw. But these were just like a roll that they left like this. So I think this is kind of a unique concept, and it would help if we could find a way to use all those things. There's so many of them. See here, I got a little bit of trimming to do. Just that little bit of paper that stuck up. And this side I've got a little wonky. So you want to do that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on hold. And I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of them like that. And then we'll get to the next step. Okay, I'm back. I have already told you, or omitted to tell you, that inside paper was 9 by 2 1/4. So this piece that goes inside, or the outside piece is 9 by 3 1/4. The inside piece is 9 by 2 1/4. So I got all of those done, and since I didn't have enough of the blue stripe, I'm going to go and do the way that I had intentionally done it, meant to go and do it, which is it'll be 2 that way on the outside, and then 2 for the back end, and that the 2 reds will be outside and the blues will be inside. So the outside of this one, and that's a whole roll, is going to be the spine. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this down, and the spine was supposed to be 2 inches, right? 2 inches. So I don't know if I'm going to bother to here, cut it right here. Well, 2 inches, that means it's 1 inch on each side. So I need to cut about here. And I'm not going to measure it, but it's about right. And with this one, this is the one that's going to be shaped like an M. So you have 2 pieces that'll be on the one side here. Oh, that is so hard to cut. That's going to flip up to make our M. But first we're going to put our paper on the inside. And I think this one just ended up being about 2 inches. It was just the spare that I had. And I know I'm going to have that showing. So I wanted to put something in here. Sometimes you just have to come back and lay some extra papers to cover edges. But that doesn't hurt anything, especially if you've got a few scraps. And usually you do when you do this. So let's put that in here. And you needed the same amount of this inside paper as the outside, except for this piece, which, depending on how big you're wanting your M to be, I mean, you can make it a real deep one if you wanted to. These spines are really interchangeable on how you do it. Did you hear my husband? You're coughing. And I got the door shut. I made a video for this already, and oh my gosh, it's bad. It was bad. I had misjudged the spine dimensions, and I did not want you to see that. That was ugly. It was so ugly. I get on here and get nervous. Don't know what I'm saying sometimes. Then again, I haven't done some of these things or wrote down what I was doing at the time of doing it. So, you know, you're in the throes of crafting and creating, and you don't think to write stuff down. Then I thought, well, somebody might want to know how to do this. Okay, so what we're going to do is get these few guys out of the way, and we're going to see about folding that up. I don't know how I did it before. I think I may have laid it on the side of a table, to tell you the truth. I might have to take it over there and score it. See if I can score a couple lines in there, make it easier for me. Hold on just a minute. Well, scoring it didn't do too badly for me, so I was able to fold this side up. And now I'm going to work on folding this side up and mash at the same time. And it could be I need to trim this off. It feels like this one side here to the left that I'm folding now is a little off. So let's get back in there and reposition it. Once you fold this stuff, it seems to have a memory. It remembers where you folded it. So that's a good thing. And I'm just pushing up a little bit to get my folds even. Oh, with that previous video, I had put extra folds in this thing, and oh, it was rough. But I do believe lying it on the side of a table edge and folding down would help if you can hold it. That may be how I did that before. Okay, so we have an M of sorts. See? So now what we need to do, I need to show you how to put these interlocking pieces together. So our end piece, which is going to be the part that's going to be the outside of the book, you know, to the right, we're going to go ahead and cut this little bit off that doesn't have paper on it and glue it down. And that will be the edge of our book. I don't know if it matters if you're neat or not with this part, because you're just going to glue it down. And if you know which two pieces are going to be your outside pieces, you want to do the reverse side of the other one. It always helps to lay them down. Okay, and as long as you're covering that inside paper towel core, you're good. It looks like I am, but I'm bleeding glue. Okay. And you want to keep pressing. If you can get your score tool in there, that would help. And you can always do repair work later. Okay, I think that's good. And if you didn't like the way that the edge looked, you can lay a little strip, a cut neat strip over top of that and hide that. Okay, next, this part you won't see, so you don't have to worry about cleaning it up, but you do want to get it straight. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue. You're basically going to be gluing 3 sides when all is done and said. So we're doing these 2 first on the blue one. And did I ask if everybody was doing well today? I think I did. I've really appreciated having all the comments and all the new subscribers. It really heartens you when you don't know how well you're doing, and then everybody seems to like it. It really helps. It really does. Alrighty, let's get in there, and I'm going to push this up so you can see me. I'm going to corner it right there, and then I'm going to make sure I get you in there straight. You want to push it, which not pushing it good enough, I guess. Oh, I pushed it too hard. Now I'm not lined up with the bottom. That'll be the part I go with, the bottom, because I may need to trim the top. Is that good? I'm trying to make sure I've got the... Let me do it again. I don't think I had it in there quite straight. Let me do a quick glue smear and see if that'll do the trick. And I'm going to come in again somewhere and have more glue, so... Alright, try it again. Get in there. Interlock them. Well, is it fighting me? Don't tell me this is going to be another one of those videos. Okay, there. Oh, why me? Why me? Alright, we're going down with it. I'm not going to fight with it anymore. We're going down and making it stick. Alright, looks like that one is really sticking up, but I think he was supposed to be the right height. But that is definitely one that's going to have to get trimmed. Okay, and then you had to go to this other side and glue this part down. So you've got it going down flat. None of this ugly in here shows because you're going to be hiding it. And then you're going to want to push that down and hold it. Give it a chance to catch. Alright. Now I'm going to trim off that piece because that is an unneeded piece right now. Maybe I'll trim off just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Now what you do is go and do the other one. We're gluing this piece down. Okay. Glue both sides of your blue piece or whatever color you're going with. You can make this all one solid color if you would like. It doesn't have to be these multicolors. This I'm making for my Americana journal. So that was the purpose in going with these different colors. Alright. Let's see if I can get it started. And then roll it up here to where I can judge if it's straight. Okay, I think that might be straight enough. We can always trim. that little bit of glue out of there. And I'm going to come back in and add the glue for this side. Sometimes I wish for something that would spit the glue out a little faster, then I don't know if I can control it. Let's see. I really would like to know if anybody tries this, if they would leave me a comment and let me know. I want to see how much trouble they may have had. And I've done this before. It just seems like anything you craft or do, it always has some issue. Get all that white out of there. You can come in and do your inking if you would like. Did I just do that one, or is that another one? Oh, it is the same one. Go from that side. That'll fix it. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, must be the back. My music is going in this direction. So this will be my back piece. So what we need to do is, for the piece that's going to be on the front, and this is, it goes up this way because this is like another corner, but I'm going by this pattern here. So this is the one you're going to trim off here and glue down for the outside edge. So I'm going to do that and glue these other two together, and I'll get back for the spine. Okay, I'm back. In the making of these, you have to be wary of the size. And what was happening to me was this was becoming 7 inches once I got the spine on there. So I had to go in and cut down. And I cut it down to where it was going to be 6 inches here. And then once I add the spine, it may be maybe a 1/4 of an inch more. I can deal with that. I'm fine with that. So what you could do in the future when you do make these is you can adjust how close these are together. I mean, you can push in and have the expansion be this much if you wanted to, but leave a little more to your piece. You're going to only want to cut maybe a 1/2 of an inch out of the center if you're going to do that. But just play with it. You got plenty of paper towel rolls to play with it. And anyhow, you can always cut off at the end. This isn't going to hurt a thing where I cut that off. Okay, so this is our spine piece. I know the piece that's going to be where the signature is sewn in is going to be pointing out. This is our inside piece. That's where we cut and glued down. And then you're going to have this piece is going to come around here and glue to that area. And those little flaps are going to glue together just like they did with this other section. So let me get in here. But the only thing is with this one, you're only going to glue those 2 pieces right there that's meeting. That's all you're going to glue. Those 2 right there. So let me go ahead and glue this center area. Had to go out and get all the kitties in. I'm filming near dusk and try to get them in before the skunks and the possums come out. And sometimes raccoons. I live out in the country. We have a bunch of critters out here. Okay, so that part goes out. This goes over here. We're going to try to meet up as close as we can with that piece. And I guess just fold it down and see if it'll work for you that way. When I was doing that other one, it just was not working too well. So if you're able to clamp it, that might be a way to do it too. Because this is the tricky piece right here. Let's see if I can do it this way. Unless I done rubbed all my glue off. That's a possibility. Get your finger in there and make it mash. We'll see how we do once I lift up here. Oh my goodness. This is the only part that's the hard part that I think. Even if you get the dimensions right, like that first video, I was way off. I was way off. Alright, let's see. Did it stick? Oh, I think it stuck. And, okay. Now, I've already went and trimmed these pieces too. I've trimmed them, make sure everything's even Steven. Now, this is the part where you got to make sure everything stays even Steven. You are going to be gluing the inside flap here to get that going. But you got to make sure your cover comes out square. And that's where a grid like I've got here for my base sure comes in handy. But you probably be fighting this thing while you're doing it. Alright, let's try going in here. Like that. Oh, it already slipped out. Alright, go in there. Let me see if I can mash it. Okay, I can already see that that one's not square with that one. But that one's fine. It doesn't matter if our spine is a little off. It does matter if you're not square anywhere else. Okay. Now, let's see if I can hold that down and see if it'll stick. Oh. Yeah, this part's the, like where you cross your fingers and your toes part. Oh my goodness. But once you get this and it sticks, you're set. It's together. And then you're able to put any kind of pockets in it, however you want to decorate the front and the back. I did end up putting a pocket in that one. Or not a pocket, I did a belly band. If you didn't want to cover up your pretty makings here. All right, I see success. Okay. And it looks like it's stuck. I see a little bit of wet glue, but you can go back in there and pinch right now since you've got it together in the right spot. There. Pinch, 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 pinch. Now I got a little bit sticking up there that I think, can I get up in there? I'm going to try. See if I can get that in there. Am I don't know if I'm under the paper or if I'm under the cardboard. No, I think I'm under the paper. Well, the paper's stuck. It's the cardboard that's stuck. Oh, good grief. Okay. Alright. It's still not stuck there. Oops. This is where it's harder to get into. Put a big dump of glue in there and squeeze away. Alright. I think we're good. You have to do a little maintenance work, usually, since it's not all one piece of paper or cardstock kind of a deal. All right, I'm gonna let that one rest. It did a good job there. And of course, this is the part here where you're sewing in your signature. Let me bring a piece of paper over here and just kind of example. So it would be sewn in here like that, and you can balance it out wherever you're needing it to be in there. And then we have two more options I'm going to show you real quick for the spine. Okay, this is the one that I did for the little fall journal, and it just is like that, and you're able to fold it back. Let me put this like this. You're able to fold it back wherever you're needing to make it as long as you want it to be, because with the fall journal I only did two. See, it's only got two pieces there, so that gave me my extra length to get what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to get it to about 5.5. So my pages had to be trimmed really close. So all you have to do is bend that back to get your bat wing or your M going, and it will be glued on both sides though. That was the only thing with this piece. Then you have another option if you want to do multi signatures. And here we go with the same wings, because this will stick out like this, and you'll have your piece here go in there just like that one did, and then the same on the other side. Now you can take some of your extra pieces and parts where you cut out of the middle of your rolls and go in here and strengthen this to give you a good, this one seems to be thinner than the others, but if you want to build that up a little bit so you've got good base for your signature to be sewn to. Okay, well, I'd like to thank all my subscribers and watchers. Please give me a thumbs up, and thank you for visiting.